everybody, it's Becky. I'm back today with a video that I thought was my own idea. Sometimes I'm sitting around doing nothing or I'm trying to go to sleep at night and these ideas for videos pop into my head. Sometimes they're original and sometimes when I look them up I realize they're already a video that somebody else has made. So this one I thought, oh, that's a great idea. It's 10 things that make me happy. And so I thought, oh, I haven't seen anybody else do it like as a tag or anything, so I thought it was my own original idea. So the next morning when I woke up, I got on YouTube and looked it up, and apparently it's already a thing. I don't know how long it's been around. I don't know who started it. So I just thought it'd be a fun way to focus on things that I enjoy in my life, even the little things that make me happy. It is already a tag that's out there, so I will go ahead and keep it going. If you make videos, go ahead and do it as a tag. If you don't make videos, but you still want to list things that make you happy, then feel free to do that in the comments below. So for me, I actually set just a little rule of naming the 10 things. I don't know if the original tag had any kind of stipulations on it. Mine is, though, that you can't list family or friends as your 10 things that make you happy, because I could think of 10 people in my family already that would take up my whole list. So family, friends, and I'm even going to say I'm going to count out religion. Not that it's not important, of course that's the number one thing, but I'm not even counting that. I'm just counting like the little things that maybe are insignificant to other people, but they really make you happy. Number one on the list of 10 things that make me happy is sleeping with the windows open, obviously in the spring and summer. Sometimes fall we can get by with it for quite a while before it actually gets too cold. In the spring I have a little bit of an issue because early spring I do have allergies, but I love going to bed and sleeping with the windows open. I love it when, especially it gets later on in the summer when the bugs are out, like when they're chirping at nighttime. I just love that. I love the sound of the traffic kind of way off in the distance. And I've grown up in the same kind of area my whole life for the most part, so I hear the same train every night that I've heard my whole life growing up, and it's just so peaceful and relaxing to me. And even if there's no bugs and no traffic noise that you can really hear, I can still tell when the window's open just because you can kind of hear like the, I don't know, whatever that noise is that's outside. Even if there's no audible sound that's happening, you can just tell when there's like a window open. So I love doing that, and I love this time of year. It's perfect. It's a little bit warm at night sometimes, but you have the fan on in the bedroom and it's not that big of a deal. So that's number one. Number two is eating outside on the patio when the weather is nice. And my birthday's in June, and so last June I'd gotten one of those big tiltable umbrellas for my back patio for my birthday, but I didn't have any patio furniture. And then a whole year went by and I still didn't have any furniture because it's so expensive and I don't have a lot of room to store it and I didn't want to leave it out, so I didn't know what to do. But this year for my birthday I got a dining table and some patio chairs with cushions, and they're so pretty. And so I love eating outside when the weather's nice and opening up the umbrella. We got some little lights that go up underneath it, so at nighttime you can sit out there and it's cozy, and I love that. Even if you're out somewhere and the weather's nice, like a couple weeks ago we ate at the Cheesecake Factory and we ate out on the patio just because the weather was so nice. It was absolutely perfect weather. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, and I really enjoyed that. So I love eating outside. So that's number two. Number three is kind of a big one, and if you've watched my channel for a while you probably know somewhere on my list had to be Disney World. I love Disney World. It's such a part of my childhood and it has been such a part of my life that it just really feels like a second home. Even if I'm not at the parks, or even if I'm at the parks and I'm not really doing anything and just sitting there like waiting for somebody or something, I just love the atmosphere. I love sitting there. I love planning a trip to go there. I love packing to go there. I love, whatever, anything to do with Disney. I love it. Even when I'm like filming for our home movies, a lot of times I'll stop and take really close-up video of the buildings and some of the signs and different things to get like the more, to focus more on the detail, so that when I am homesick for Disney, which I am most every day, I can go back and watch the video and see the buildings and hear the background music and kind of remind myself of what it felt like to be there. I just really love it. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I love it, and I love to just sit there and soak up the atmosphere. I love the hotel. I love walking around the hotel at night, across the bridges to go to the food court or to the lobby or wherever. I just love it. Number four, again, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I am a Panera addict, and so we go to Panera almost every day, and so I love Panera, but I think honestly just as much at this point it has become the friends that we've made from going there so often. One of our friends, he came to my girl's birthday party last year. We've just kind of adopted him as part of our family. And so he comes over sometimes to play video games, and it's just really fun to go there and visit and talk to some people that work there. And I do like the food too, so that's definitely, a plus. Their frosted cookies are amazing, and I get the kids' turkey and cheese sandwich. Their bread is so yummy. And I love it. So I love Panera. That's number 4. Number 5 is just hearing the birds sing. I don't know what it is. Something about hearing a bird sing. It's just so happy. They're so happy and carefree, which of course they're not. They have issues, but it's so nice to hear them sing. It's so peaceful and relaxing, and I love that. Number 6 is YouTube. I never really, I guess I was behind on the YouTube trend. Like I know a lot, my husband in particular, he'd started watching YouTube videos a long time before I ever did. I just never got involved in it. I really just, I mean, I would watch TV, like a TV show, but that was really the only thing I watched besides movies and just television shows. So now it's kind of funny, it's flip-flopped. Really, I don't watch much TV. I really pretty much only watch YouTube videos. And every Saturday night we usually watch a movie together. But other than that, I mean, YouTube is my television now. And now that I make videos on YouTube, that is really one of the reasons why it just makes me happy, because it's been such a fun, creative outlet for me. It's been a way to meet people and talk to other people from all different parts of the country and the world, really. And it's so fun. It's the piece that I have been missing that I didn't know how to find. I didn't really know what I was doing. When I first started, and there's still a lot of stuff I don't know, but I mean, I just started on a whim because it seemed like it was fun, and it has become this thing that I really miss it if I don't make a video. You know, sometimes I'll film a couple videos at once and then I'll edit them throughout the week and then post them. So sometimes it's a week or two before I make another video, and I really miss it. I love planning for videos. It's a really fun way to keep my brain like thinking, and like I said, it really is just a creative outlet. And I have said this so many times, but my YouTube channel really is a reflection of me. And it's me as a mom, it's me as a woman, as a Christian, as a daughter, as a wife, as a person, as a beauty addict, and a Panera addict, and a Disney World freak. I mean, it's all the little bits and pieces of me rolled into one thing, and it's just really fun to share that with everybody else. So I try to put out I do put out at least one video a week, almost always. And I try to, you know, keep a variety of topics, and it's just really a really fun way for me to have a hobby, be creative, and it's something that I've been looking for since I became a stay-at-home mom. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm not terribly crafty or anything like that. I don't do really any kind of sports or anything. I really don't have any TV shows that I'm like really involved in. I don't read a whole lot. That sounds terrible, but you know, some people love to read and they can just read book after book, and that never has been me. I love books. I just don't particularly like reading. A lot of books I get bored with before I even finish them, or they make me sleepy and I end up falling asleep, and then I end up taking a nap, and then by the time I wake up there's not time to finish reading. So I don't know what it is. I didn't really have any hobbies anymore. So that is a very long way of saying that YouTube is one of the things that makes me happy. And I kind of touched on this with the other, the YouTube being my television kind of a thing, but number 7 on my list is watching a movie pretty much every Saturday night with my husband. We usually have chips from Chili's, or lately we've been doing brownies too, just to kind of mix it up. But pretty much every week we have chips and salsa and we watch a movie together. And it's just fun because I know no matter what else has happened throughout the week, we pretty much religiously watch a movie together on Saturday night. So we make that time to be with each other, and you know, that's really fun. And then now that my oldest daughter is 11, so for the last year or so, she's been allowed to stay up late sometimes and watch a movie with either me and my husband, or just sometimes me and her together. We don't watch movies, and we usually stick to the classics like Singing in the Rain. I know last week we watched The Gazebo with Debbie Reynolds and Glenn Ford. That's a really funny one. So, you know, it's been really fun to have that with her as well, and kind of share that, because I did that with my mom growing up, and I'm kind of passing it along. And then when my youngest one gets a little older, she'll be able to stay up to a little bit later and do that with us as well. But it's been really fun. So number 8 on my list is the times that my husband and I go out with the girls and we go to the store, and we don't really have a particular time frame. We're not really in a hurry. We don't really have to be anywhere. And it's the times when we do that combined with when everyone's in a good mood. And my husband's really playful, and it's really fun to go out and just look at stuff and play with toys together in the aisles, and try not to be that family that's going nuts or anything in Walmart. But it's just really fun. And there's been some really funny times, like recently my husband decided to pool noodle joust with my 5-year-old. So nobody else was in the aisle, but my husband and my daughter are kind of like running down the aisle with the pool noodle and kind of like poking each other in the stomachs. And she thought it was hilarious, and it was just really fun because he works a lot, and you know, usually by the time he gets home, it's either they're already in bed or it's right before bedtime, so they don't get to spend a whole lot of time with him during the week. And so it's really fun on those times to see them with him, getting to have fun and play. And I know, like over the winter, my oldest daughter was pulling my youngest daughter on one of those round disc sleds, and they were kind of just going up and down the aisle, you know, pulling her on the little sled. So It's all harmless fun that we try not to get in other people's way, but those are times I really like, just when we're all just goofy and silly and having a good time together. Number 9 on my list is watching classic television and movies. So like I mentioned, when I watch movies with my daughter, I usually watch kind of the more classic thing. So we really have a good time just watching classic movies together. And you know, pretty much every day I watch I Love Lucy with my girls. I grew up watching it. They watch it, watch Dick Van Dyke a lot. I used to watch Mr. Ed, that was my favorite. It doesn't come on TV anymore, and it's not on Netflix, so maybe one of these days it will be. But you know, all those good movies with like Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire, and I mentioned Debbie Reynolds, and people like that, that when I watch those movies back now, I think about my childhood. It reminds me of watching those movies with my mom, and I'm doing it now with my kids. And it's just, it makes me happy, and I really like that. It's a safe thing to watch. But I mean, I love that, and I love that I'm able to share that with my girls. So I don't know if I Love Lucy is on Netflix, but I know the Dick Van Dyke Show is on Netflix, and it's really funny. So if you haven't ever seen it, you really should check that out. The number 10 on my list is making lists. It's kind of funny. I make lists for everything. You know, even making videos, I take notes, and so I don't forget anything. I make lists, a daily to-do list, you know, every day. I make a weekly to-do list. I make monthly lists. I make lists for like everything. It just makes me happy. It's a good way for me to clear my brain out so I don't get so overwhelmed. Like if I don't make my to-do list for the next day, the night before, when I go to bed, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm gonna forget to do this and this and this. Or I'll get up and like email myself something I need to do the next day so that I don't forget it, because I don't trust my memory to know I need to do it the next day. So I just love making them. They make me happy, and some people might seem like, oh, you sit down and relax and don't make lists. But to me, that is how I organize my thoughts and my priorities and my goals and how I keep track of things. And making lists make me happy. And I encourage you to make a list of your own, even if you don't make videos. 2 things to take away from this is, I mean, I could go on and on of more and more things that make me happy, but 2 things to notice about my list, and maybe the list you might make as well. Just look at it and see how many of those things actually cost you money. Because if you notice, only 2 things on my list really cost me any money, which was Disney World and Panera. For the most part, everything else was either free or really inexpensive to do. And so that's kind of something interesting, I thought. Of all the things, the top 10 things that make me happy besides my family and my religion are almost always free. The other thing is, you know, they're not always big things. It's silly things like sleeping with the windows open, or, you know, this isn't on the list, but maybe going on a night drive to get ice cream. Things like that are little things that really can make a big impact in your life and make your daily life a lot happier. Look at your list and see if you notice the same thing about your list. Are those things that you enjoy the most, are they free? Are they easy to do? Are they something that you can incorporate more often into your life to make your life a little bit happier? So do more of what makes you happy. That's basically the point of this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like this video if you did like it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.